Ladies and gentlemen, Slimmy here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be taking a look at Ayuri, 15 reasons why XDefiant sucks. And we're just going to take a look at his review, and we're going to check it all out. First things first, I do want to just take a look at some of the comments down here. XDefiant has had a truly disastrous launch with multiple bugs, server issues plaguing the game, and ruining the quality of life for the player base. But in this video, I take a look at why I believe that XDefiant is a garbage cash grab FPS game that makes no attempt at standing out from the rest of the oversaturated FPS market. Excuse me. Here are my 15 reasons why XDefiant is a terrible game. Enjoy the video. Okay. I do just want to take a look at his channel real quick. These are all his videos. He is just bringing in the views by just complaining about this here video game. I do want to just take a look at one of these comments here, and we'll take a look at his gameplay to see if this is actually true. So right here, Tux says, if this is your background gameplay, I would hate the game too. It seems like a lot of people that do hate this game just are not good at the game, which is fine. You know, I typically don't like games that don't do that. I mean, I don't do that good at either, but I'm not going to sit there and base my opinion on the fact, you know, that I suck at the video game. I'm not going to sit there and say, well, this game is terrible and this game is ass and this game sucks shit because I'm simply bad at the game. It don't make no sense. Just because you're bad at the game does not make that game a terrible game. I mean, it's just simple as that. But let's go ahead, hop right into this and see what this man has to say.
The servers were
Let me rewind it.
And you read the title of this video, you read the thumbnail of this video correctly. This is me giving you 15 reasons why XDefiant is garbage.
What 15 reasons could you possibly have, gamer?
This game is fucking terrible. And when I'm able to compile a list of 15 things in about, I'd say 5 minutes, I could probably go on about 50, 60 things.
Video's 12 minutes.
Over an hour long, so I don't want to bore you with it. Let's get right into it. Number one, the number one reason why XDefiant is a horrible game is the most obvious one, at least right now, these server issues.
The server issues have been resolved. Right now, you can get into a match in lickety-split 2 seconds.
Couple of hours with the game. When the game officially released.
That's just because it had such a banger release that nobody could get on it. The game had such an amazing release and it did so good on release day that none of us could even get on the darn thing. That's how successful the release was. There were so many darn people in that shit that none of us could get on that shit, so we were forced to just sit there and do jack shit.
The servers were having a really hard time, and nobody could get into a game because they keep getting an error. They keep getting booted out of the queue because the servers couldn't handle a couple thousand people playing the game.
More like a couple 100,000 people there within the first few hours, and then within the first day, it was like 1 million. The first 2 days, I think it was like 1 or 2 million. I mean, it wasn't just a couple thousand people. It was a couple 100,000 people at least. And
that just means that, you know, Ubisoft did not care about their servers. They didn't do any stress tests. They didn't do any of that. And it was very evident and obvious that they didn't do any testing, because how in the world is a AAA game having servers this shit trying to operate and trying to hold a couple of thousand people, and they...
Because it was holding 100,000 people, and you can't say nothing about having shit servers. Whatever. Call of Duty has been out for freaking 20 plus years, and they still have server issues. Am I wrong?
Fail. I don't get that. I will never understand that. Now on to my number 2 reason why XDefiant is a garbage game is the terrible netcode and hit registration. There were times where I will just sit here and say something. It is not that bad. And let me up this quality here. It is not that bad. Yes, you get killed around corners, but it evens out. You kill people around corners. Is it freaking annoying? Yes. Do I hope they fix it? Yes. Are they currently fixing it? I believe so. But it is not... I mean, if you're playing casually, I mean, the real rank mode hasn't even released yet. It is not that bad.
It is not that bad. You're not going to simply sit there and have bad games simply because the hit registration is off. Now, if you have shitty connection, of course you're going to do bad. Of course you're going to do bad. If you're sitting there with 80 to 100 ping, you're going to do bad. But you are not doing bad because the hit registration is that god awful. You're doing bad because you suck at the game.
Would not even round a corner and I would be killed immediately by someone who I could not see, or times where I would shoot someone from medium to point blank distance and the bullets would not do any damage because the hit registration.
I don't think I've had that issue. I don't think I've personally, I mean, it might be an issue, but I don't think personally I've had that issue quite yet, to where I am sitting there blatantly shooting somebody and my bullets are not registering. I don't think I've had that issue yet.
And netcode in the game is horrible. Or, you know, someone would just barely round a corner and they would kill you instantly, and you could tell, okay, well, there's something wrong with the netcode in this game, or there's something wrong with the, you know, the lag or the ping in this server. It seems to really not care about connection, because in every game I played, the netcode has been garbage. I mean, someone would immediately round a corner and one-tap me with a pistol, and that's just not how that fucking works. That's not how games work. And that's not how this game
Nobody is one-tapping you with a pistol unless they're using the echelon shit. I can tell you that for a fact, because I'm trying to get my pistols gold, and the pistols in this game are utter dog shit. I'll say that much. Except for the Deagle. The Deagle's pretty good, but the pistols suck.
Get one tap by a pistol as soon as the nanosecond you see someone rounding a corner. So there's clearly netcode issues, and hit reg is a totally different beast. You could put a billion shots into somebody and they won't fucking die. That's
an exaggeration there, brother. That is an exaggeration and a half. You're not sitting there spraying full clips into somebody and not killing them. I'll just say that much.
Because the game is garbage, and this shit was forced out, which will be a point I will make later on in the video. But my number 3 reason is the lack of variety in weapons. Now...
What? Brother! There are tons of weapons. There are tons of weapons. The only class that's lacking variety are the sniper rifles. And guess what weapon they're bringing within the first season? A sniper rifle. We'd have to beg Call of Duty to do that within the first season. No joke. But what do we get? There's like 5 or 6 ARs, the one included in the battle pass, 5 or 6 SMGs, 3 LMGs. I mean, it looks like a COD launch. Deadass. Except for MW3, because you got all MW2's weapons. Let's see what else he has to say. I'm sorry.
I believe there is like 4 SMGs. This game took, what, 3 years?
The P90, MP5, MP7, the Vector. What else? P90, MP7, MP5, the Vector. Is there one I'm missing? There might just be 4, but it's whatever. It's not that bad.
To make, and there is 4 fucking SMGs or ARs. I don't know which one it is, but it's either assault rifles or SMGs. There's only fucking 4 of them to choose from. There is 4. There's no variety in weapons. That means the game is going to get old, the game is going to get stale, and the game is...
So just listen to this theory here, brother. Just listen to this theory real quick. Maybe, just maybe, they didn't want to overflood us with a bunch of fucking weapons so they could leave some other weapons for later on in the many more years. I guess they plan on having this game out. They don't want to just freaking overload us with a bunch of content right away and then just, we got it all. We got it all. There's nothing to be handed on to us later on down the road. Brother, did you not see the things that have been leaked? We're getting a Tommy gun. We're getting a bunch of different shit. We're getting, I believe it was the, what's the one fucking old school MP5 shit? I forget what that gun's called, but we're getting a bunch of different shit. We're getting a bunch of content later on within this whole year. I'm beyond excited. But to complain about the weapon choices, I mean, I could name 3 or 4 Call of Duties where they probably had less weapons than what XDefiant came out with.
Is going to get boring very, very quickly. Lack of weapons, they all feel and sound almost identical to each other.
No, they don't.
There's no point in using any different weapons from the ones you get from launch. I mean,
no, I could tell you what, if you're using the M4 and the MP5, which are the first 2 assault rifles and assault rifle and the SMG that you get within the game, you're doing yourself a disservice, because all the other ARs and assault and SMGs are a lot better than the ones you get at the beginning. I'll tell you that much. The P90 is better than the MP5, and the P90 has more ammo than all the guns, and the freaking Vector shoots faster, and the AK hits harder, but the ACR has better accuracy but similar damage. The freaking, I could go on and on and on. The weapons are different in their own ways, and the shotguns are dog shit. The shotguns are dog shit. Is that the variety you want?
This game really doesn't give you any sort of incentive to grind and to keep playing anyways, so the lack of variety in weapons is really, it's detrimental to this game because there's nothing to keep playing for if we're being quite honest with each other.
You got gold camo, you got battle pass.
I do not like XDefiant and think it absolutely sucks is the forgettable and boring maps. Every map is plain Jane, vanilla,
Wait.
milk toast. It's fucking.
I thought he was about to say milsim. He said milk toast. What does that even mean? If you ask me, these are the best and most colorful maps I've had in any FPS in a long ass time. They're not like freaking Modern Warfare. Fucking, you can walk outside and see the map that you're playing on in the fucking game. These maps are like the most colorful maps I've seen in a while. Since like Cold War. Because Treyarch always has colorful maps, and modern and freaking Infinity Ward always has these freaking boring gray ass maps. That's just my opinion. I don't think these maps are boring and freaking milk toast or none of that shit. I think they're colorful. They're 3 lanes, so they're not too fucking unpredictable. And they play very, very well. All the maps do. All the maps do. They play good in their own way.
Boring, man. It's like you've already played it, and even though you haven't played it. It's like you've already played the maps before. I think there's only a handful of maps, too. There's not that many maps in this game, and they all feel the same. They all have the same, stupid flow where everyone's going to the same area. No one is trying to flank or anything like that. So the flow of the game...
Then you must be playing a completely different game than I'm playing. I can understand domination because everybody's just fighting over fucking B until you give up and then you go cap their home flag. But Hardpoint forces you to play in every single part of the map. I'm just saying.
Game is relatively fast-paced, but everyone is going to one area to try to kill each other. And that means everyone gets a 1 kill death ratio, just like a classic Call of Duty SBMM lobby. And it's fucking horrible, man. These maps are really not that well designed. And
did he just say everybody gets a 1.0 KD? That is completely wrong.
They're forgettable and boring, and none of these maps, you're not going to remember the names of the maps the first week, which is when most players will quit and will give the game up, is in about a week. This game will probably see under 5,000 players in about a week, because there's nothing about this game that is really fucking good. Now, on to my number 5 reason why XDefiant is garbage is the abilities. Each character in the game has a specific and unique set of abilities, but this shit has been done in every FPS game, and has been done to death. Nobody asked for this, nobody wanted this. We just wanted a classic, boots on the ground, arcadey feeling, sort of Call of Duty-esque.
Sort of Call of Duty, I kind of just want Call of Duty because I just want Call of Duty, and like Call of Duty is like what I want in Call of Duty. No, brother. No, I don't want Call of Duty. And I don't want kill streaks, and I don't want fucking perks. I don't want pick 10 classes. I don't want 15 attachments. I want XDefiant. What the fuck?
Game. And you gave us abilities, you gave us all this garbage. You could heal yourself immediately, and you can shoot fire bullets that do more damage, because that's fucking fair. Because
that's fucking fair. Brother, you have the choice to choose that ability. Everybody does. And guess what? It's evened out, because if you're halfway across the map, guess what? Their damage is knocked down to fucking, like, 10 damage a bullet. If you're using an SMG, probably even less than that. And there's way to counteract every single ability. If you're tired of fucking fire bullets, throw on a damn shield. And throw on Phantom, because you get 20 extra health. If you're tired of freaking whatever her fucking name is, healer bitch, throw on the freaking dead sec and cancel that shit out as soon as you see it ran up on the, as soon as you see it activated on the objective. There are ways to counter these abilities, and if you are good and you gave the game time and, you know, you actually gave it a chance, you'd actually know this. You'd actually know this. We haven't had a brand new hero shooter come out in quite a while, and I can tell you from my experience, it's really not that big of a problem in this game. I find that everything is pretty well done. It's pretty well done.
What I want in a gunfight is I don't want it to be fair. I don't want, you know, me and my opponent's reaction time to be the same. It's just, you know, whose aim is better and who can get the jump on someone quicker. No, I want the other motherfucker who's shooting me to get incendiary bullets and kill me instantly, because that's fucking fair. And you have all the other garbage abilities of the intel suit, when you can see people through a fucking wall. No one wanted that. Nobody asked for that to be in your game, and you put it in your game. Why? I will never know. Number 6.
Actually, to be correct, nobody even really asked them to make this game. They just did it. They just did it, and we got it. I mean, if we're being honest. I mean, we've been asking Call of Duty to do this shit, but guess what? They don't deliver. They don't deliver. They're too focused on fucking making milsim, virtual reality, leading the way type shit. What the fuck?
Number 6 reason why XDefiant is garbage is the game does not stand out from any other FPS game on the market.
Oh, but you want it to be like Call of Duty. So, but like, you don't want the hero shit in the game, and it doesn't stand out from any other FPS, even whenever it tries to stand out from any other FPS. The movement sucks, although that is one thing that it tries to do to make it stand out from any FPS. I'm lost.
Seriously, name me 5 things this game provides that every other FPS game on the oversaturated FPS market doesn't already give you.
The movement. I mean, it also is adding things from different Ubisoft games, which I don't believe we've had that in any other game. Like I said, the movement. I mean, honestly, that's probably about it. It feels different. It does feel different. It doesn't feel like fucking Overwatch. It doesn't feel like Call of Duty. I think it feels completely different. That's just my opinion. Let's see what he has to say.
You can't give me 5 unique fucking things, because there is not 5 unique things. This game is...
Give me 5 unique things that COD does differently from any other fucking game, as far as gameplay aspects. Give me 5 things that Overwatch does that every other game doesn't do. What do you... Like, if it's supposed to be an arcade shooter... How different can an arcade shooter be? Do you want us to be in fucking mechanical army suits, flying through the grasp of space and freaking shooting at each other on different fucking planets? Oh yeah, and then transforming into freaking water bugs or some shit? Is that what you want? If that's the FPS you want, you better let me know right now so I can get started on development. Is that how different this game needs to be? I just spit on my screen.
A clone of every other FPS that has come before it. And I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of these games being hyped up as COD killers when there's no defining unique qualities about it. They're doing things that have already been done before, and they're not doing them very well. Like the abilities, they don't do them very well. Maps, those aren't very good. And, you know, the netcode and hit reg I've already mentioned are horrible. But my number 7 reason why XDefiant is garbage and is a horrible fucking game is the mediocre graphics. This shit looks like a PlayStation 3 game.
I don't know how many times I need to say this. The game's not supposed to be realistic. It's not supposed to be realistic, Johnny. It's supposed to be on the more cartoony side of things. It's right there in the smack dab middle. It's not supposed to be realistic. And it might be because you're playing on like 30 FPS. I turned the graphics up. I don't know.
For some reason on my laptop, it doesn't really run too fucking well. I don't know why.
That's why you're playing on a laptop, brother. Are you playing like a MacBook or some shit? Because I can tell you, I'm playing on a Asus TUF Gaming A15. That's what I play on. That's what I record on. I do everything on this damn laptop. And I'll tell you, just so I can get max frames, I put everything on low because I'm not trying to fucking burn my PC through my desk. That's probably why.
Maybe it's poor optimization. Maybe my thing is a piece of shit. I need to go get a new computer.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Probably.
Who cares? But the graphics are PlayStation 3. Like, it's just like, it looks like whatever the fuck that one game was, Dirty Bomb mixed with Brink. It's horrible, and the graphics are just painfully mediocre. My number 8 reason why XDefiant sucks is that the game has ridiculously expensive microtransactions.
All right, all right, so this has been a big talk from everybody. The microtransactions are not that expensive. They are not that expensive. I mean, the one pack that was like $69, that gave you like 5,000 coins, which is like the equivalent of like $60 worth, plus skins, plus all this other shit. The battle pass is $10, which is what it is in every single other game. You get a weapon skin for $10, which is what it is in every other game. You get a character skin for like 800 coins, which is what it's like in every other game, which is like equivalent of $8. It is not that expensive. It is not that expensive. So, I mean, he can say what he has to say, but he's wrong. He is wrong.
There's like $70 microtransactions, 30.
Exactly. That gives you like 5,000 coins, which is like 50,000, which is like $50 worth. 5,000 coins, and then it gives you like all the other skins, like $30 worth of skins.
$30 for a skin, for like a bundle, for coins. I mean, it's ridiculous. You shouldn't be charging that much. I know you need to make money off of this game, but $60, $30,
for a package.
Insane. That is ridiculous.
For a package. Call of Duty will charge you $20 for a skin and a gun. I mean, $25 to be exact. It's not that expensive, brother.
Too much. No one is going to, unless you're a fucking loser in life, no one is going to spend that amount of money on your microtransactions, and that's why modern gaming is dying, because they put these shitty microtransactions that nobody gives a fuck about. Nobody with a brain gives a fuck about.
So listen, they're microtransactions, but guess what? They don't affect the game any. So guess what? You can get the game for free and not spend a dime on it, and you still get all the future weapons. You still get all the future maps. You still get all the future attachments they may add into the game. All the future factions and abilities. You get all that shit for free. You don't have to spend a dime on the game unless you want some cool character or some shit.
But the gullible sheeple of the gaming community will buy those because they think it makes them better at the game.
Now, no, they buy it because it looks cool. They don't think it makes them better. They buy it because it looks cool and they plan on spending some time on this game, and they didn't have to spend $70 on this shit, so why not spend a little bit of money to get a freaking cool skin?
One reason for why XDefiant is garbage is that the selling point of the game is no SBMM. Really? That was the marketing. The marketing they were doing was based around, oh, this game, we have no SBMM in this game. And when that's your best, sales pitch, the game is going to be fucking garbage. And the game
is free. The game has no SBMM. I mean, I really didn't even see a marketing campaign for this game. They didn't have advertisements with a fucking slideshow saying SBMM, no SBMM, no SBMM, no SBMM. They didn't have none of that shit. I don't think this company really had a marketing campaign. They had a close community. They had some developers on Twitter that would tweet about this shit. I don't think they really even had a marketing campaign. I could be wrong, and I just might not have seen it. But I never seen any commercials for this game. It was just by word of mouth because everybody was so excited. But we all knew that it was going to have no SBMM. They didn't make any commercials or anything that, speaking that. They just simply told us, oh, wow, and that's supposed to be a marketing campaign. No. Once the developers told us, then what kind of, brought that to life was all the YouTubers making videos about it.
Game just happens to be trash because their selling point was trash, and it wasn't even really a selling point. SBMM shouldn't be in any game.
Why does this even matter? How does this even, involve what you're talking about? It doesn't make any sense.
Unless it's a competitive game, then XDefiant clearly not a competitive game, at least currently. But my number 10 reason for why XDefiant is garbage is that most of the players are sweats.
Most of the players are sweats. No, they are not. Just most of the players are better than you. Look where the fuck you're sitting. You probably play like this in COD, and it probably works for you. But guess what, brother? You could fucking move in directions while in air, and anybody with a brain sees you moving like that, they're going to turn on you because you're simply just not moving. You're sitting in a corner.
Yes, you heard me right. This game with quote-unquote no SPMM has people bunny
You got
hopping,
one there.
jumping, sliding, pre-aiming.
That's what Call of Duty is. You expect us not to use our movement to our advantage? Anybody with a brain is going to do that, son.
Every single corner, every door, every whatever the fuck it is, every single time, people will fucking do it. You will almost never meet someone who isn't trying to jump, who isn't trying to slide, who isn't trying to bunny hop.
And that's a problem. Are we supposed to not do that shit? It's in the game for a reason. Wait a second. This is the guy that says, I think they should take jumping out of the game. This is that guy. He thinks that they should take jumping out of the game. I understand it now. I understand it.
Who isn't trying to get any sort of cheap advantage to make up for a lack of gun skill on you. So when your selling point is no SBMM, but there.
If you had any type of gun skill, brother, all I can say is gun skill good aim and gun skill will always outbeat somebody that's just jumping around and shit. You don't know how many times I've run into people absolutely just mindlessly bunny hopping, and they lose every gunfight to me because I simply just have better aim. You don't know how many times that happens. That happens quite a bit.
There are sweats in the game that makes your product undesirable. Now on to my number 11 reason for why.
No matter what game comes out, if there's a big audience for it, there's always going to be sweats. Get the fuck over it, son.
I believe XDefiant is trash. This is a fucking rumor. I don't know how true this is, but some account posted that it apparently takes 100 hours to fully max out and rank up a single gun.
It does not take 100 hours to rank up one gun. I'm just going to leave it at that.
This is true. No one is going to be playing this game in a week. This game is going to be dead in the water. Once again, I don't know the validity of this claim, but that is fucking absurd. I mean, that's
1 hour per weapon level. That makes no fucking sense. Wait. Unless in 1 hour of game time you're getting 35 fucking kills. Unless in 1 hour you are getting 35 kills per hour. And in that case, you deserve where you are because you're terrible. You deserve to take 100 hours to level up one gun.
That's unthinkable. That's absolutely unthinkable. There's no fucking way that the developers.
By the way, this guy plays, he just runs around his spawns. I mean, it honestly might take him that long to level up a weapon.
Of this game thought that, oh yeah, let's have him grind for 100 hours to max out one gun. They thought that.
And also, he was complaining about the fire people earlier. I forget their fucking names. The cleaners. And here he is using them right now.
Was a good idea. I refuse to believe that. Moving on to reason number 12 why this game is fucking horrible, why XDefiant is terrible, is that the game requires the Ubisoft Connect launcher. The last thing I want to install is another launcher for this piece of shit game that nobody's going to be playing in a week, but that's just the way it is, I guess. You need the Ubisoft
That does kind of suck, not gonna lie.
It's basically fucking, I was going to say spyware, it's basically fucking shovelware. It's horrible, it doesn't really have any good games on it.
But what I was thinking is, there is a good reason why they have us all in the Ubisoft Connect, and it's simply because crossplay while being on all of these different launchers would be a pain in the ass. It would be a pain in the ass, having crossplay like that, simply because, at least playing with friends wise, it would be a pain in the ass. But yeah, I mean, I do agree with them. That does kind of suck, but that's why they do it.
And the only reason people are downloading it is because of XDefiant. The only reason that they're going to uninstall it is because of XDefiant. Now, my number 13 reason to why XDefiant is horrible is the inconsistent time to kill. This sort of is a callback to the terrible netcode and hit reg from earlier in this video. But sometimes the time to kill just feels inconsistent. You shoot someone with an SMG from medium range, and sometimes you'll beam them. Other times, they'll shoot someone with a whole clip and they won't even be half dead. I don't understand it. I think that once again harkens back sort of to the terrible netcode and hit registration, but I feel like some weapons have an inconsistent time to kill in this game.
Or you just miss some of your shots, which we all do, brother. We all do. And it also might be because you're using the cleaners, and the farther they are away, the less damage your bullets are going to do. That's a good point to make.
And that makes for, a very unenjoyable playing experience. My number 14 reason to why this game is fucking horrible, XDefiant, is that the game was clearly rushed out. This is one of the most favorite.
No, it fucking was not. This game went through like 3 different alphas. It was clearly rushed out, but it was supposed to be released last summer. Here we are a year later getting the game. It was not rushed out. It was not rushed out. If they could have had it released last summer, they would have. And by this point, we probably would have already had many new guns and everything. But the fucking servers were, I'm guessing, a lot worse than what they are now. But yeah.
Fatal flaws of this game. Anyone with a functioning pair of eyes and a brain could understand and realize that XDefiant was a totally rushed out game. This game should not have been released. It should not have been released. It really shouldn't have been released. But they needed to make some sales and some microtransactions, so they decided, fuck it, let's announce a random...
No, they fucking don't. They just released Assassin's Creed. Rainbow Six Siege is still going hard. People are still buying battle passes for that. Ubisoft did not need to release this game if they didn't want to. But I feel like they thought it was like the right moment, right time. Call of Duty it's before the new Call of Duty comes out, so I mean, yeah, they didn't have to rush it out.
Random Tuesday, midday to release it. They released it on a random Tuesday, midday. If that doesn't show that this game was rushed out.
They let us know when it was going to be released, I believe like 2 or 3 weeks beforehand. It wasn't just released on a random Tuesday. That was the best Tuesday of my damn life.
I do not know what does. And the product is going to fail because of it. Game was rushed out. This shit should have been waiting for another year of development, making the graphics better, making the gameplay better, making the jank-ass...
I'm sorry to tell you, brother, but the graphics are exactly how they're supposed to be.
Animations and movement better, because this game simply right now is not it. And my number 15 and final reason why I believe XDefiant is a garbage-ass, trash-ass, booty-ass game is the Battle Pass. Every fucking game on the planet is doing a Battle Pass.
What else are they supposed to fucking do? Oh, let's call it the fucking shitter pass or some shit. Let's call it the fucking I'm gonna go outside and grab a trash can and bring it on inside Battle Pass. Let's call it the fucking Defiant Pass. It's the fucking Battle Pass, brother, and it's the preseason, so it only has 50 tiers. Oh my lord, is that really your 15? That's what you're going out on a bang right there. Are you serious? Let's see.
And I don't quite understand it, to be honest with you folks. I know this game is free and it needs to make money somehow, but you have skins for that and character skins for that. You don't need to sell a Battle Pass.
Yeah, so he's going to sit there and complain about having nothing to work for. And then he's also going to complain how expensive the fucking skins and the market are. And then he's going to explain that we don't have enough variety in the game, but he's going to complain about a fucking Battle Pass. Get the fuck out of here, brother. Are you serious?
It is unnecessary, it is unwarranted, it is unwanted.
I don't know about you, but I want a Battle Pass. I want some like 30, 40 items. Probably, well, yeah, about 30, 40 items I could buy for $10. Oh, but no, you'd rather spend $60 on the 4 fucking items in the fucking store. I understand now. Oh, I get it. This guy don't make no fucking sense.
And quite frankly, I find it to be bullshit. It's lazy, it's cheap, it's a cash grab. They're trying to get money out of
if it was a cash grab, they would have charged us at least $30 for the fucking game. But no, it's free. And I'm sure that there are couple 100,000 people that haven't spent a dime on this fucking game. And they're having a good old time while your fucking ass is sitting here complaining.
Out of the common consumer in the cheapest way fucking possible. Even though the game is free, they could have just charged $15 for this game. And
So what he's saying is take out the battle pass and charge $15 for the fucking game. I might fucking have a heart attack.
I don't even know, but they didn't want to do that. They wanted to make it free so they can milk people dry fucking with microtransactions like the scummy.
But guess fucking what, brother? Guess what? If they would have charged $15 for this fucking game, guess where your ass would be right now? Oh, XDefiant's a fucking cash grab. They're charging gamers for $15 for this dumbass game. This game is trash. And guess what? It doesn't even have a battle pass. They charge us $15 for a game, and we can't even earn a battle pass. That's exactly what your dumbass would be saying right now.
Corporation that Ubisoft really are. Thank you all for watching this video. This was my 15.
You're not welcome.
XDefiant.
My head hurts now.
Absolutely fucking terrible.
And guess what? Your review was absolutely terrible, brother. Absolutely terrible. And that's the end of the video, guys. If y'all enjoyed the video, please drop a like, please subscribe, and let me know down in the comment section below what you think of some kid let me know what you think about his video. Peace out.